Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Friday, January 22nd. Over the last 2 weeks, we've seen precipitation mainly target the northern third of the Great Basin. However, even this precipitation has been generally below normal. Over the last 72 hours, we have had some new snowfall up across central and eastern Idaho into Wyoming, with the heaviest along the Idaho-Wyoming border, where snowfall totals have exceeded about 6 to 10 inches in some areas. We also had a few lighter snow showers further south into southeast Utah. However, much of that snowfall in the south has been over Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. Our snowpack is still below normal across the Great Basin, however, most below normal over the southern half of the area that has been largely on the lower side of any precipitation. Our satellite image from this morning shows an area of low pressure over the northern California coastal area, which will continue moving east and south. This is what is generating all the cloud cover across the Great Basin this morning, and also some gusty winds over southern areas. As this area of low pressure moves south and east, we will see precipitation mainly across Nevada and Utah, especially over the eastern two-thirds of the region, and also some stronger winds over southern areas. So later this afternoon, that area of low pressure again moves a little bit further east. We will see the best chance of precipitation across Nevada and Utah, with lesser amounts further north with this system. We could see new snowfall totals above 6 to 12 inches in some areas of the higher terrain, especially across Utah, and then also over central and eastern Nevada. With these gusty winds with this system, we will see better dispersion over the southern areas of the Great Basin. Looking at some of these gusty winds, you can see over the southern half of Nevada into southern Utah and the Arizona Strip, we will see gusty winds in excess of 35 or 45 miles per hour in some areas. Also, mixing heights will be high in the south and much lower further north with lighter wind flow and poor dispersion. On Saturday, this area of low pressure slides further south into southern California. Still, precipitation wrapping around this low will affect eastern Nevada into Utah and the Arizona Strip. We will also see gusty winds associated with this system, so fairly good dispersion across parts of Nevada and Utah. Again, those gusty winds mainly on the east and west side of the area of low pressure with north to northwest winds over western and northern Nevada, and still gusty southerly winds over across Utah. Most wind gusts again will be in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. Mixing heights will be quite good over Nevada and Utah, and certainly further north you go, the lower the mixing heights will become. As we move into Sunday, this area of low pressure quickly moves off to the east with a break in the weather during much of the day on Sunday, especially for the eastern half of the Great Basin, but we have another area of low pressure quickly moving in along the west coast for Sunday night and Monday, bringing additional gusty winds and precipitation to the area. Poor dispersion is expected on Sunday in between these two systems as winds greatly decrease. So on Sunday, we will see much lower wind speeds across the Great Basin, but we will see winds start to pick up again along the Sierra and Sierra front as that next system approaches the coast. Otherwise, looking at the forecast clearing index for Utah, you can see with those gusty winds today over southwest and western Utah, we will see high clearing indices with lower values to the north and east under lighter wind flow. By Saturday, we will see stronger winds across much of Utah, with the exception of far northeast and northwest Utah, with higher clearing indices in most locations. On Sunday, in between this system and the next system coming in Sunday night, Monday, we will see lighter winds and lowering clearing indices statewide. Looking at the forecast amounts of precipitation here for the next 3 days, you can see with this system moving through, we will see good amounts of precipitation for the mountain areas especially, where we could see 6 to 12 inches or more of new snowfall across parts of Utah and into central and eastern Nevada. We'll also see some higher amounts in the higher terrain of the Sierra. Further north, very little precipitation expected across much of Idaho. Again, most of that precipitation is going to be targeting the southern two-thirds of the area. As we move into early next week, that next system moves in Sunday night and Monday for another round of precipitation, which may extend a little bit further north into southern Idaho, but also again affecting Nevada and Utah. We will see gusty winds with this system again, so good dispersion across much of Nevada and Utah early in the week. On Tuesday, this system quickly moves off to the east into Colorado and will be in between systems. However, another much stronger area of low pressure off the west coast will move into the region, and this will allow for cloud cover initially on Tuesday, but also an increase in winds once again ahead of this system. So again, another day of good dispersion across much of Nevada and Utah with these two systems. On Wednesday, as that system approaches the coast, we will see again fairly strong southerly winds across Nevada and Utah. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, really looking for a much greater increase in wind ahead of this system, but also another round of moisture and colder temperatures affecting much of the region. This looks to be a little bit more of a precipitation maker than the first two systems this weekend. On Thursday, the system still hangs around the west coast, so expect precipitation and clouds along with gusty winds to continue across the Great Basin. Precipitation amounts on days 4 and 5 taking us from Monday night through Wednesday night. You can see again precipitation with these systems. The Sunday night, Monday night system is largely represented here. And as we get into Wednesday, Thursday, we'll see additional amounts of precipitation along with yet another system moving in for the weekend. Looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook taking us from the end of January into early February, showing cooler and wetter conditions across the Great Basin. We will continue to see areas of low pressure affect the Great Basin and move through every 2 to 3 days or so going into the early part of February. So certainly a change to our weather pattern with better chances of stronger winds, cooler temperatures, and precipitation to many areas of the Great Basin. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Monday for the latest updates.